Welcome to We Are Soccer, and Merry Christmas. Well, no, it's not Christmas. We're actually in August, as you know. But it's Christmas Day for us soccer folks. It's the start of the English Premier League season, the Bundesliga season, and La Liga. And next week, Serie A kicks off. So it's pretty much like Christmas, right? And as you can see, I've got a special guest with me. Say hi.
Hi.
So this is Adeline. She's my daughter. You're 6? You 6? I always forget. She's 6. Adeline plays at the Michigan Jaguars, and she plays in the Junior Jags for Coach Trisha, don't you? Yeah? You want to say Merry Christmas?
Merry Christmas.
Why are we saying Merry Christmas? Because it's the start of soccer season. It's been so long since we've seen good soccer. Nope, we've had good soccer all year because we had the Euros, we had the Copa America, we had the Gold Cup, you name it, we've had it. We're just rolling right along in this soccer season. All right, honey, you gonna go sit in your special chair and watch the show? All right. All right. We got a lot to talk about today on We Are Soccer, right? All right. So what's coming up today on We Are Soccer? We've got Premiership kicks off, La Liga kicks off, Bundesliga kicks off, and a bunch of transfer news, some of which you've heard of and some of which you probably haven't heard of. We've got it all in this week's edition of We Are Soccer, so stick around. First off, a big thank you to our friends and sponsors who have been with us since day one. Detroit City FC, thank you very much. Michigan Jaguars FC, Tim Merritt and Ross Mortgage, and Aaron Bird and Next Level Training. Thank you guys, appreciate the support. And everything you've done for our show here at We Are Soccer. Also, so who do we have on today's show? Folks, again, I can't afford to pay this man. He works for free, so if you could do me a huge favor, go ahead when you see him in the street, throw coins at him. He loves that. He absolutely loves it. As I said last week, he's becoming a piece of the furniture around here. Welcome back, Nate. Nate, how are you, buddy?
You told me this had to stay on the whole time.
Yep, it does.
All right, and can you please tell people to stop throwing quarters at me? I'm starting to get welts in my head.
How else are we going to pay you, man?
Well, I'm good. It hurts.
All right, well, no. Keep throwing coins at him, folks. All right, some quick shout-outs right off the bat. Shout-out to the MUSL for running a fantastic Founders Cup tournament last weekend and all the adult teams here in Michigan. Heck of a job by the MUSL and the job they did. I was out at that tournament. A great job organizing, great competition. Referees were excellent, to be honest. I can't argue with any of them. Another big shout out to my men's Bullets team. We took our division. We won our final convincingly, 6-0.
How many goals did you have, Craig?
I had a few.
Yeah, because I heard from the grapevine that the exact text was, Craig Hearn was on fire, ... And everyone went, who?
Yeah, exactly. Who? What?
I brought up your old stats.
I had some goals in the first half there as we were up 4-0 at the half and then won 5-0. I'm sorry, won 6-0. So boys on the Bullets, well done. Congratulations there. Also a big shout out and happy birthday to a good friend of the show. He has also supported us from day one. Matt Kuntz. Happy birthday, buddy. Appreciate the support. All right, you ready for today's show, Nate? We got to jump in. We got a lot to get to.
Born ready.
Let's do it.
Here we go.
All right. World Soccer News brought to you by Tim Merritt and Ross Mortgage. If you're looking to refinance or if you're looking for a new mortgage, hit up my friend Tim Merritt at Ross Mortgage. I tell you what, I had a phone conversation with Tim this week. We talked a lot of soccer and a little bit about refinancing, and he is knowledgeable on both. So I'm looking to refinance because Tim's one of the best at it. All right. What's been happening in World Soccer News? It's been kind of boring the last...
Nothing.
Nothing. Except for the GOAT. The GOAT, Messi, moves. He moves from
There's
Barcelona.
a GOAT named Messi?
There is.
Wow.
The greatest of all time, Messi, moves from Barcelona to PSG. Barcelona officially came out a week and a half ago and said they do not have enough money to pay Messi.
Doesn't he even go further? Didn't Messi's agent came out and say Barcelona is basically bankrupt?
Basically bankrupt, broke. They owe 1.2 billion euros from what we understand. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money.
A few quarters.
I don't know how else to put it, but Barcelona didn't. Messi even decided to take a 50% salary reduction and they still couldn't afford to pay him.
And honestly, I didn't believe he was going. I thought, like I said, it was maybe a power move, blah, 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 until the press conference when Messi was there just basically bawling his eyes out and saying, I did everything I could to try to stay. At that point, I was like, oh, yeah, he's not that good of an actor. He's gone. So...
Yeah. It's and to be honest, he's been there since he was a young boy. He's been at Barcelona 21 years. It is sad to see a player like Messi have to leave a club that he doesn't want to leave. He wanted to stay. He was willing to do what it took. You can't ask that man to play for free either. That is not possible, and it is not fair. If anybody says he should have just played for free, I'd like to see you go to work for free. Because I damn well won't.
He kind of tried to.
He pretty much did. I agree.
I do want to say there was a couple of people. I've been listening to a lot of podcasts and a lot of radio shows in the last 5 or 6 days here since the Messi transfer. A lot of them said that they thought it was fake, alligator tears, that he put on a show. That's garbage.
It looked pretty real to me.
It absolutely looks 100% real to me. The one thing I will say, and I haven't heard anybody say this, there is no way in hell PSG were able to sign Lionel Messi in 2 days. The news about Messi coming out and Barcelona not being able to sign him and him being a free agent, and then 2 days later signing for PSG, there's no way that happens in 2 days. So I do want to say that in my mind, Messi and his management team were very smart this summer. They knew the trouble that Barcelona were in. They accepted an offer from Barcelona knowing that there's a 50% chance it might not get done. So Lionel Messi and his management team, in my opinion, I have not heard this anywhere, I've not read this anywhere, in my opinion, sought out the only two teams in the world who could sign him, Manchester City and PSG, because they have oil money. Manchester City said, listen, we love you, but we're looking at Jack Grealish for $100 million. We're also looking at Harry Kane for $100 million. And as we know, their Grealish deal got done for £100 million. So that's done and dusted. They're still working on the Harry Kane deal from what I understand. There was no way they were going to be able to sign Messi and fit him into that lineup. So who's the other team they went to? PSG. PSG said, yep, we'll make it work. Here's the structure and here's the deal we'll give you. Image rights, everything, jersey sales percentage, here's a salary, everything. They made it work. There's no way in hell you were signing the GOAT after 2 days. Those negotiations take weeks. So I think the negotiations with Lionel Messi and his management team and PSG went back weeks, and it was under the stipulation that said, if Barcelona can't fulfill their end of the bargain, and we can't sign with him, we will sign with PSG. And that's how it came together so quick.
I mean, I think the writing was on the wall when they're asking guys like Depay, who just basically signed, to go ahead and take a pay cut before they kicked the ball, touched the ball, So it was all there. The depths of it, I don't think was really well known until now. But obviously there's some massive, massive problems there, which is pretty hard to believe and actually pretty amazing when, again, some of the players, we talked about it before, some of these players they could have offloaded to other teams that don't start, so why they didn't do that years before to start to get whole, God only knows why.
Yeah, they put themselves in this position. Barcelona they're the ones to blame here. And Messi and his management agency came out and said that, we're not to blame here. Barcelona are. And I believe they actually all tried to blame it on La Liga for the salary cap. And I'm sorry, but this falls on Barcelona. This is your fault. You signed players that you couldn't afford to pay. You'd signed Memphis to pay this summer for $7.5 million a year. That's what you're going to pay him. And then within 2 weeks, you had to reduce the salary to $5 million. The poor guy hadn't even played a game, and he had his salary reduced.
How awesome is Barcelona's accountant, too? It's kind of like, I didn't carry the one.
Ooh, yeah, that's how bad it's been. And they've had trouble offloading players. They hawked players all over Europe. Griezmann, Moussa Dembele. They hawked players all over Europe, and no one wanted them because they knew the situation Barcelona in.
Phil Coutinho, when he went to Munich, they wanted to keep him 2 years ago. Barcelona said no. They would have happily kept him.
Terrible, terrible management from Barcelona, and this is what they get. So Messi officially moves to PSG. He was unveiled on Wednesday. And I can tell you, I've read this report from Marca, which is the official newspaper in Spain. In 24 hours, once Messi signed, there were 832,000 licensed jerseys of Messi sold, which generated close to $90 million.
What a bunch of saps.
So, I mean, no, that's huge. That is huge.
Just like, what was it, Ibrahimovic said when they signed Pogba, and they're like, oh, you know, it's a lot of money. He said, my jersey sales will pay for itself. Looks like Messi just cut his own check, basically, you know.
It's hard to fathom, but
probably
Messi,
Del Ramos check, too, at this point.
He just paid for, Messi paid, or the jersey sales paid for Messi's salary.
Ramos's,
Ramos's, Donnaruma's. He paid for everybody's salary for the year. Messi earns $35 million for the year from PSG as a salary.
Did you see the picture of Ramos and Messi hugging too?
Oh, yeah, is that not awkward? Is this that not awkward?
Hey, you know what? That's just I always go with whatever happens on the field ends on the field normally, and you go on. So, you know, I'm sure he's thrilled to be playing with them. You put it aside once you're on the same team, once the game's over.
So let me ask you, Nate.
They're out. You know, Final Four. They're out of the Champions League. Gone.
You think so?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You don't think they're winning the Champions League, huh?
No.
You don't think they're making it to the final? You're thinking semifinals they're out, huh?
They're gonna get. Yeah. I don't know. I could be wrong, but you know, Messi, Ramos. Yeah, it's nice. You know, if they were 2 years, 3 years younger. You know, Del Ramos probably your best signing as your goalkeeper. He's probably good.
Well, he don't even know if he's going to be the number one because you got Keylor Navas there, and Donnarumma's a good goalie, but he's young. So, who knows? But I mean, I'm the same. I don't think they win it.
No.
I think Messi is a great signing because he's the best player in the world. He's in my opinion, best player to ever play the sport. There's never going to be another Messi, another player of his caliber, his standard.
Except for Cristiano Ronaldo, but yeah.
A debate all in itself. Cristiano falls number 2, Messi's number 1, the GOAT. But you signed him, you made a bunch of money. He doesn't even have to play in all the League One games. And even if he does, because League One in France is terrible. It's a terrible league.
It is?
It's absolutely terrible.
Oh, come on. You got PSG and then you got
Lille. That's it.
I don't even know what doesn't it rains in there? There's rains. There's
so,
and everyone tells me the Bundesliga is bad.
I know.
Ha!
Oh no, Ligue 1 is terrible. But I do like your prediction of PSG failing out in the semifinals of the Champions League. We'll see if that proves true. I'm thinking probably the same thing.
And the utter twist of fate, they play Barcelona. They're the ones who knock them out.
Oh my word! Could you imagine? Oh my word!
Oh, it'd be wonderful.
Oh, it would. That'd be. How many freaking people would tune into that game? Are you kidding me?
That'd be a lot.
Can you see UEFA and FIFA trying to push that through to make sure that happens? Because
no, nothing's ever rigged in the world of sports, Craig. That would never.
Nothing's
happen.
rigged. You're right.
Never happen. Like, you know, England playing USA on the anniversary in the World Cup there.
Or Italy
like
playing
that.
England in the Euros, and
nothing ever happens.
No.
Anyways.
We could talk about Messi for hours here.
But why?
But why? At this point it's been beaten to death by every podcast, every show you guys have seen, everything you've read about. So we'll move on. The other big transfer news that happened this week: Romelu Lukaku goes back to Chelsea for £97.5 million.
You know, I hope FIFA institutes something like a financial fair play where it would regulate some of these guys, you know, signing over for massive contracts.
If only. Yes, I've heard something that's been suspended because of COVID. And I don't know if I fully believe it. I think it's still running out of financial fair play, but as we know, it's garbage. It's absolutely garbage.
I'll tell you this, and it's not a knock on Lukaku. I think he's an all right player. I think he obviously did good for Everton. He did decent for Man U. He did very well in for Indra. this screams a panic buy to me. This screams of, oh, look what City did. Ooh, we need a forward. That one,
I'll agree with you for a little bit. I think it's a little bit of a panic buy, but you got to admit, Chelsea won the Champions League.
Did it?
They got into the top 4 last year in the Premiership to get, to cement their place as a Champions League team before they won the Champions League. All with we'll call him a false 9. Timo Werner. He was terrible. He was absolutely terrible.
Yeah.
This purchase here of Lukaku, goodbye Timo Werner. Lukaku is now the main man in the middle. You can guarantee that he's going to score more goals than Timo Werner and set up more goals than Timo Werner did last year.
I think Werner could be sold. I mean, who would you
start?
Should be. Who do you start? Pulisic or Werner? I know who I would start. Pulisic all day long.
I've seen starting lineups by a few pundits out there.
They're saying Werner, but
yeah. Well, I'm seeing Werner and Pulisic on the bench, and Pulisic coming off the bench at around the 65th minute mark. Which, if that happens, he can't do that all year, right? I mean, Pulisic is a young guy. He's going to want to play every game, every minute. He can't do that. He's going to want to move at the end of this year.
I like to say he's talented enough to do it. Like, you throw that out because I am a USA fan, so obviously I want to see that happening. But he is talented enough now to and has proven himself, I think, to be playing every minute.
He absolutely deserves to be playing every minute.
I could honestly see Werner being sold somewhere to get rid of that room, to get some of that cap space done and all that stuff.
Yeah, I agree.
Because he was a big contract signing for Chelsea.
My big question about this signing is, for the whole summer we heard about the new brand new superstar of the world, Erling Haaland. I mean, 125, 140 might have been able to buy him. Is it not worth going for Erling Haaland, spending a little bit more and getting him, who's younger than someone you've already had on your books?
Unless he doesn't want to go there.
This is true. He might have had his mind set on somewhere else, but at this point, there's no big. Who's going to be able to afford him? We know
Madrid.
I think Madrid are in financial trouble as well a little bit. So
maybe they could offload something from Benzema. Yeah. There's a possibility there. If it wasn't for his manager, I could easily see him going to Man United because Ole was his coach for a while, and he liked Sancho. They were friends. But I think what gets in the way of that is Haaland's manager. I don't know.
It's a curious one to know why he didn't move,
why
and
didn't you go after Harry Kane?
£100 million moves have happened.
Why did you go after Harry Kane? He was available technically for around about that amount of money.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, Lukaku definitely was a good player. I just, as a United fan, not to say I was burnt. It was really. I think it says a lot about your character when you refuse to go to training, refuse to come back in because you don't want to compete for a starting position. That is who you're getting. Right. Now, maybe make him happy and say, look, we have no starters, and he's fine. I mean, he was a terrific player for United. Just that last little bit when he went out, I look at that going, is that really the guy you want on your team? Is that the type of guy that, takes a sabbatical? Needed it, I guess.
Right.
Personal reasons for 2 weeks, comes back, you tell him, hey, this other guy, younger guy, Montreal is kind of, is on a hot streak. We don't want to just bench him because, you got to earn your way back. Yeah. And he decides, no, I don't. And matter of fact is, I'm out of here. Bye. That's essentially what happened, unless I'm missing some grand scheme of story there. But that's kind of who Chelsea bought. Hopefully it works for him. Probably will. I mean, who's going to really challenge him as a forward there?
I don't know. No one.
Werner?
Werner sits the bench, and I think he'll be.
Werner's not even going to be on the bench, so he's going to be somewhere else. He's going to be sold.
And Chelsea sold Tammy Abraham to Roma, so he's gone. So Timo Werner is the backup, and they can't get rid of him because if Lukaku goes down with an injury, you need to put Werner back in.
I don't know. I think you can slide Pulisic over there if you really need to. If Lukaku went out, I mean, there's things you can do without Werner. With his contract and how much he's making, I just struggle to see them keep him. He was bought to be the starter because of what he did in Leipzig. Yep. I knew that was going to be awful because of what he did in the World Cup for Germany, which was nothing. Yep. and they took him off what he was doing for Leipzig, and it just never took. So I mean, I don't think Werner's an awful player. I think he could play a role on the left. Just the question is do you want to have that amount of money sitting on your bench? I don't know. Does he want to sit on the bench?
Probably, and he shouldn't. He shouldn't want to sit on the bench. I think the best move for him is to move back to Germany.
Yeah.
That's going to be the best. Or to Italy. I mean, one of those leagues, but I don't think it's the Premiership for Timo Werner. We'll see what happens. Long way to go. Maybe, just maybe, they'll play up top together, play a 4-4-2. That's not Thomas Tuchel's style, but we'll see what goes there.
Yeah, he could always drop in as a false 9.
Yep.
But that's where
the other big news that happened, transfer news that happened this week, should interest American fans. Josh Sargent heads over to Norwich. So
man.
He's now playing in the English Premiership with Norwich.
Yeah.
That's a good move for Josh. I love it.
I love it. His red hair blends in with the yellow jersey. It's just boom in your face.
Boom.
So much right there.
That's going to be some experience for that young man. And I, as a USA fan, I want to put a caution to everybody out there. Don't expect him to light the world on fire. He did very well in Germany in the Bundesliga. He did well. Norwich they're going to struggle this year. Mm-hmm. Okay, they've lost their 2 best players, so they're going to struggle. Mm-hmm. He's not going to get as much service as he was used to. It's going to be a hell of a learning experience for him, but he's going to be a better player, and the USA men's national team is going to be a better for it as well.
And well, the thing of it, and when he was in Germany, he did well. Bremen were not very good, that especially this last year. And I wonder where they're going to actually play him, because I wonder where his best position might be, whether it's out wide or as that target forward, because Bremen started kicking him out wide, and actually that's what he played in the Pokal against Leipzig. He was out wide, not as a target, and they might play him out wide in a 4-3-3. That might better suit him. So it'll be interesting to see where he actually ends up sitting in there.
I think the best position for him is out wide. I know they've got Pukki up top. They've got another player they've purchased.
They have a lot of forwards. I looked at the list. They have a lot of forwards.
But they also lost their best playmaker, Emi Buendia, and he went to Aston Villa for a £30 million move.
You're just saying that because of Villa.
Absolutely.
Yeah, okay.
But that everything for the last 2 years have run through him.
Yeah. Okay.
And now all of a sudden, your forward's going to be if you're not, you just moved into the best league in the world and you sold your best player. So if the forwards aren't ready, they're not going to get any. They're not getting any service up top without someone like that. So Norwich had better find another way to get it. But a good move nonetheless for Josh Sargent.
Good opportunity.
Good opportunity, absolutely.
Good opportunity.
Something else that happened this past week was the UEFA Super Cup, which Chelsea won. Chelsea won. There you go. Piece of software. I don't agree with that competition being played 3.5 days before the leagues open up. Terrible timing. It went to extra time. It went to penalties. That's a lot of work on some of those legs for Chelsea. They played their star players. They played everybody because they wanted to win it. Good game, by the way, but I don't agree with it being so close to the season here.
Another cup for Pulisic.
Yeah, another piece of silverware for the young man. It's great. Also, news has come out this week. Maybe should have brought this up a little earlier. Sergio Aguero has now pulled a muscle and could be out for up to 12 weeks.
Sergio Aguero pulled a contract. He could be out for 12 months.
Pulled a muscle because I think what's happening behind the scenes for Barcelona is they know they can't pay him.
They know they told him he would play with Messi.
With Messi, and he's pissed off. So I think what they're doing is say, listen, you're gonna pull a muscle. Insurance will pay you. We don't have to pay you, and now we're closer to the salary cap and actually being able to play games. So let's keep tabs on that with Sergio Aguero. He has instructed his management team to try to find a way out of his contract, and now he's randomly injured, pulled a muscle. We'll keep tabs on that.
I mean, how mad do you got to be if you're Aguero? That'd be the equivalent of like being told you could go play for the Livonia Bullets, and all of a sudden Craig's not there.
Oh, did you just see my head get really
How many
big?
goals?
I had 4 goals.
Yeah, there you go.
4 goals.
4.
So, all right, now let's jump into it. It's Christmas. The Premiership kicks off this weekend. We've already had one game. We had Brentford versus Arsenal.
Arsenal won handedly, right?
That's what everybody predicted. Everybody predicted Arsenal to walk away with it.
I mean, there's no way Brentford beat Arsenal, Brentford just got in. They haven't been in like what,
Newly
75
promoted.
years?
Newly promoted.
75 years?
Yeah,
First time
they've never played at the top level of English soccer.
Oh yeah.
Brentford win 2-0. Brentford win 2-0. They beat Arsenal handedly. We'll kind of talk about this. The best thing that comes out of this game is fans are back. Fans are 100% back in the stands.
Oh, yeah.
It is great to see. I love watching the passion of those fans. I saw clips today of those Brentford fans. They were so happy to be back in the stadium, watching their team play, and just so happy for their team to be in the Premiership. And damn it, their team went out and made them even happier.
Oh, yeah.
The 2-0 win could have been more. Arsenal, what the hell is going on there? It's a, excuse my French, but it's a shit show at Arsenal and at Tottenham. Both these teams, both fan bases are looking at each other, shaking hands, going, "You're going to be crap this year, just like we are."
So, what's the over/under on which coach gets fired first?
That was my next question to you. I think Arteta goes because he's already been given a year and a half. So I think
I
you know
didn't
what? I think they give him 10 games, and if they did what they did against Brentford, he's gone. I think he's out.
Yeah, I think
Quickly.
As a returning coach and you're struggling, and I mean it's the first game. Some teams start out slow. United historically had histories of starting out slow, even the times that they won the Premier League. So it is the first game. We'll see what happens. But newly promoted Brentford losing your first game 2-0, not scoring a goal, slugging along does not look good.
Agreed.
There's a difference between losing your first game against a team that isn't newly promoted and having it be close, and then just getting waltzed by a team that just walked in.
Yep. I want to find a betting platform where I can bet on the first manager to be sacked, because my bet is going to be Mikel Arteta. I think I'll say it now. Put it on record. Mikel Arteta is the first manager who will be sacked this year, because he's got to be on a short leash. He has to be. They just bought Ben White for £50 million, and you lost 2-0 to a newly promoted team. You're starting star center back. Didn't play too well. So anyway, first game. Newly promoted. Well done, Brentford. Love it. Absolutely love it. The Bees. Coming up for the rest of the weekend in the Premiership, we've got Man United versus Leeds, Burnley, Brighton Hove Albion, Chelsea, Crystal Palace, Everton, Southampton, Leicester versus Wolves, Watford home to Aston Villa, and Norwich versus Liverpool. What game from the Saturday games here, Nate, what games stand out to you from that?
Well,
you going to go with the Man United?
You know what I'm going to, but not just because it's Man United, but United Leeds is a bit of a rivalry there.
A little bit.
And I think that is a great way at 7:30 a.m. to start out your Saturday morning. So personally, I'd go with the team. The two rivalry teams is going to be exciting to see if what they do with Sancho. I think.
Yep.
He's just kind of started training. Who knows? He could start, probably not. Whether he comes in off the bench. It'll be interesting to see what formation Ole is going to run, because they talked about running a different formation. So for me, personally, not only because it's a rival game, but some of the different changes that have taken place with United and what type of starting lineup they do roll with.
Yep, it's definitely going to be interesting. I see Leeds coming out firing here.
Yeah.
And just news broke in the last 24 hours that Leeds have signed Marcel Bielsa to a new contract. So he'll be there for a little bit longer.
And I like how Leeds play. I like Bielsa. I like how the team runs. It's always an exciting thing. They go at players or go at teams. They, no matter who it is, they go out there and try to push and win. So I think it's always an exciting match when Leeds is out on the field. Being the first game back with fans again against a rivalry, it's gonna be pretty intense. So
I agree. One of the other games that sticks out to me, obviously Aston Villa versus Watford. Watford newly promoted. Aston Villa with a bunch of new players. Our star man Jack Grealish has left to go to Man City for £100 million. We have Leon Bailey, who just entered into training, so came out of quarantine this week. He'll be on the bench, but he won't start.
3 goals from Bailey.
What?
Well, 3 goals from Bailey.
That'd be great.
Look how excited you got.
That. Oh my God!
Bailey's gonna make you forget that old
Emi Buendia,
Grealish guy.
He's coming back from a knock. Hopefully he'll be playing. Danny Ings, he scored a goal in the first preseason game for Villa, so it'd be interesting to see him. Ollie Watkins has a bit of a knock he picked up. But I'm interested in that game, obviously, because I'm a huge Villa fan, as you can see. If you haven't watched the show, now you know. Aston Villa is my team. The other game that very much looking forward to, Liverpool Norwich City.
I thought you were going to say Spurs versus City, but
Well,
okay.
that's for the Sunday. I do want to chat about that game, but Liverpool versus Norwich City. Virgil van Dijk's been handed a new 4-year contract, so they just signed him up again. As we know, he was injured last year. It's taken him a while to get back. He had ACL and another injury. He is not going to be the same player that he was when he was injured, right? So he was injured. He was the best defender in the world. He was injured. He is not going to be the same player for the first 6, 8, 10 games. It's going to take him a while to get back up to speed. I don't know if I even expect him to start in the first few games. What we do know about Liverpool is they really didn't strengthen themselves this year.
Nope.
They are relying on staying healthy. If they suffer injuries, which every team does, Liverpool are going to fall down 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th. Who knows where they could fall?
Yeah. I always say it's the Klopp factor, though. I mean, you got Klopp. I do think he's that good of a manager. I do think he's that great. I hate that he's a manager for Liverpool.
Yep.
Side note. However, I think as long as you have Klopp running the show, all bets are off. You know what I mean? So in that,
Yeah.
he can make something out of very, very little.
Sadio Mane
Yep.
and Mohamed Salah didn't have a full summer of soccer like a lot of the other players in this country, in this league did. So,
And they're a year older.
They are a year older, but I fully expect them to come back healthy and raring to go. I think in this game, Liverpool-Norwich City, Liverpool take this fairly easily. Norwich City, as we said earlier, they bought 1 or 2 new players, Josh Sargent being one of them. Other than that, they've lost 2 of their best players, so that could be... we'll see what happens there. The other game, I'm going to call this my lock of the weekend.
Lock of the week.
Chelsea versus Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace with a new coach, Patrick Vieira. That's just a shambles of a club. I'm sorry. Rebecca Lowe, it's your favorite club. I know. Rebecca Lowe's a good friend of our show.
She's deleting your number right now.
I know. I'm sorry, Rebecca. But I see them having a horrible season. Patrick Vieira is not the best coach in the world. I'm sorry. Crystal Palace, terrible year. Chelsea, I know they're just coming off that UEFA Super Cup win, which went to extra time and penalties. I see, and I don't even know what the odds are right now. It's probably plus 800 or something for that game. But Chelsea are going to walk away with it.
So, impossible question for you. You just said Patrick Vieira is the worst manager in the world.
Ooh, I didn't say that. Those weren't my words. We'll have to go back and look.
Oh.
He's not the best manager in the world, but this is a different league from where previously in France and in the MLS.
Okay. Not a fan of Patrick Vieira. Let's just say that, right?
Love him as a player, as a coach.
As a coach.
Nope.
You have to pick one to run Villa. Vieira or Klinsmann?
Oh, God. My daughter. Adeline, where are you? Adeline's going to be the new manager if that comes down to it, all right? She'll be the manager of Aston Villa.
We all
before
know
I hire
you wanted Klinsmann. You wanted Klinsmann. Rope him in every time.
Sunday, we've got Newcastle United and West Ham United. 2 teams that didn't strengthen themselves this year.
And no one cares.
To be honest, West Ham did really well last year. They were projected to finish in the bottom 5 or 6. They finished in the top 7 there. They did really well.
Oh, yeah.
But they didn't strengthen. Why didn't they go into the transfer market? I can tell you why if you don't know.
Lack of funds.
They have the funds. Their owners are in the porn industry. And they are notoriously cheap.
Ooh.
So West Ham United, you're going to have a bad year because you didn't strengthen. Newcastle United, their owner, Mike Ashley, is a terrible owner. Doesn't care. He's been trying to sell the club. Didn't want to invest in the club. The other game for Sunday is Tottenham versus Man City. The rumor is Harry Kane is available to play. Will he play? I don't think so.
Didn't he say he was sorry? Haha, just kidding. I'm going to stay or something like that?
He should have.
Yeah, something along those
come
lines.
back with his tail between his legs. He should have.
Said,
but he
I
has not.
forgot my contract was super big and no one can afford me.
Well, he didn't. Man City, coming off that loss last weekend in the Community Shield to Leicester. Leicester won 1-0. But Man City had a ton of players out. Foden's out, Sterling's out, Stones is out. They were missing a whole bunch of starters. Jack Grealish played the last 10 or 15 minutes, didn't really do much. De Bruyne was out as well. This game, Tottenham, Man City, I expect Man City to take it, but I've seen a lot of people call a draw. It's going to be interesting and fun to watch that one anyway. We'll see how that goes. The other league that's starting up, Nate, I don't know if you've ever heard of the Bundesliga, but it's a pretty fun league. Starts up this weekend, my
come
friend.
on,
Here
brother.
we go.
Even David Hasselhoff is out there slinging the Bundesliga.
Oh, I loved that promo by the Bundesliga. Well done.
Because it's awesome in every single way.
Why the hell is it that David Hasselhoff is so big in Germany?
Because he's awesome.
You fully bought in, and I don't get it.
No.
All right, so there's already been one game played in the Bundesliga so far.
Yeah.
Borussia Mönchengladbach versus Bayern Munich.
The battle of the two new coaches, Hunter versus Nagelsmann.
And it was a draw.
And 1-1.
1-1. It was a draw. It wasn't a loss like Arsenal took
No.
to a newly promoted team, Brentford, but it was a draw. A lot of games to look forward to. Nate, give me one or two you're specifically looking forward to this weekend from the Bundesliga.
Just to rewind, everyone goes, Nate, why do you watch the Bundesliga? 1, Stuttgart's the best team in the world, maybe close rival to Villa. We're both delusional and whatever. Anyways, number 2, there are a ton of American national players playing there. So even if you're not like a huge Bundesliga fan, even if you're like, oh, Munich's going to win it all, which I'm skeptical, again, 1-1 against Mönchengladbach, gives you a hint of what might happen. However, you could watch this to maybe check in on Reina, see how he's doing. He's likely going to be a starter for Dortmund.
Oh, he's been handed the number 7 shirt, I believe.
Or, for Gladbach, brand new Joe Scully, 18-year-old left back who actually played a full 90 this game and statistically was very, very good. So this was his first full 90 start in an actual Bundesliga game that played. He got a bit of a start in preseason, did well in this game. Probably see more of him. So there's tons. That's just to scrape the iceberg. I could go on and on and on, but there is a ton of American-born players playing in this league.
It is. It's absolutely great to see. It is
Julian
phenomenal.
Green, who used to play for Stuttgart.
Julian
I won't
Green.
move to, and I got him on my back here. There you go. He's back in the lead for Gunter Fürth and newly promoted team, which will kick off the season 9:30 on Saturday against the Stuttgart.
Yep.
Soon to be best European champions in the world. Champions League.
So we'll keep
versus,
that on tape. Yeah, Villa versus Stuttgart in the Champions League final this year, right?
So I mean, what I think personally, the games that I would look for are you had a bunch of coaching transfers, you had a bunch of coaching changes.
Yep.
So outside of Stuttgart, which personally is my favorite, but I'm jaded. I would Leverkusen versus Berlin, both brand new coaches coming into the league. That should be very interesting to watch. Dortmund versus Frankfurt later that day on Saturday. Not only for Reina wearing the new number 7, who was told he could not even go and play in the Gold Cup. We want you back. So that should give you a hint of how important his role is.
Yep.
They got a new coach as well as Marco Reus versus Frankfurt, who also has a new coach. So that will be 2 interesting matches to tune in to see how these new coaches change the team, to see how that they're going to play. And I mean, Dortmund always has your Erling Haaland, your Jude Bellinghams. I mean, they're a stacked, pretty fun team to watch, to check out. Sunday, the Americans march on with Jesse Marsch's Leipzig. We're just going to call it Jesse Marsch's Leipzig from here on in. Jesse Marsch's Leipzig versus Mainz. And that should be a good game. Again, Marsch coming in, Leipzig, good team. You got some great players on that team. Steve Blazer is a great player who did fantastic in the Euros. So you got a solid team in Leipzig. It'll be interesting to see again what type of roles that he has with these players, especially since he was very successful in the Austria League. And that would be my 3 main games, or 4 main games really to watch: the Union Berlin versus Leverkusen, the Stuttgart versus Fürth, Dortmund versus Frankfurt, Leipzig versus Mainz. Gives you 3 Saturday games, 1 Sunday game. And again, if you haven't checked it out, even though we're not sponsored by ESPN yet, Craig's
Soon.
phone. It's waiting. They did that very good special where they run down all the teams that they have. It's very interesting to watch. It's 3-part 1-hour special. Any one of these teams, they go highly in depth, not only in the team, but in the culture and everything within the German area. It really gives you a sense of feeling of what the local teams are, what they represent, what they bring to the table.
Highly recommend you guys tune into the Bundesliga. Pick a team, go with it.
Stuttgart.
On ESPN Plus, these games are being played. So go ahead.
Stuttgart also has an American coach as well, just to note. So we're just marching on.
The Americans are taking over Germany. Let's skip over that. Skip over that. But check in on that. There's a lot of good games this weekend as the first games of match day 1 kick off for the Bundesliga. La Liga also kicks off.
There's a La Liga.
La Liga.
What's a La Liga?
It's kind of a dying league at this moment, at this time. With
Can't wait to see Messi play.
Yeah. Nope. No.
Can't
sorry.
wait to see Ramos play.
Nope.
Oh.
Nope. You do get to see Karim Benzema and Griezmann.
Okay, well, actually, I do like Depay. I think Depay is a fantastic player. I was a little sad in that Man United never pulled him back because I do think he's a very good player.
I think he'll be a good player in La Liga, but that's about it. He's going to be a good player, not a great player. He's not going to fill the role.
He's got a really awesome arm sleeve tattoo.
He does. That's about it, though.
Do you need more?
Yep, a lot more. To play for Barcelona?
I thought it was just looks.
So, let's do a rundown of some of the games that are happening this weekend for La Liga. Ones that stick out: Real Madrid versus Alaves on ESPN Plus, Celta Vigo versus Atletico Madrid, Barcelona versus Real Sociedad. Some big games. We'll see how. I think it's going to come down. Real Madrid have lost players. They haven't been able to strengthen properly again because they're in financial trouble. Barcelona, we know what kind of trouble they're in.
This could be Atletico could just do it again.
Atletico could run away with it.
Yeah, I mean,
they really could.
They got a good squad and they got a fantastic coach.
Yeah.
I mean,
So they got stability. They're not in debt.
Nope.
If Atletico don't run away with it, I would love to see anybody else win this league. It would be great. There's so many storylines that are going to be coming out of this league and how things go that we'll just have to keep tabs on it. But for now, we got to move forward. I do want to say that Serie A, the Italian league, kicks off next week. So just so we're aware, as we talked about, English Premier League kicks off this week. Bundesliga kicks off this weekend. La Liga kicks off this weekend. Ligue 1 in France kicked off last weekend. Serie A kicks off next weekend. So the soccer just keeps on rolling, man. Keeps on rolling. The transfer window officially closes for Europe August 31st. So we still got 2 weeks where...
Do you think there's going to be a big move here coming up?
I think the only big move that could happen would be Harry Kane. I think that's about it. I don't see any of the big players moving. I know a few clubs have come out and said we've purchased X player and X player. We're pretty much done. But if anything happens, it'll be towards the very end of it when Tottenham figure out that Harry Kane is serious and he's not going to play.
Yeah. What about I could honestly see, and I'm not sure why we haven't seen it yet, especially since people are a little bit strapped, a Pulisic-like future deal where it's an agreement to play, sign next year or whatever now, but you're still going to finish out your loan back out to the team that you own.
Yeah.
For Holland, maybe. We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, that's a possibility.
Yeah.
I think, someone like Christian Pulisic, I think he would like to fight this year, and then we'll see how it goes from there.
I'm just saying the dart.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree, but I think he could be one the teams are now looking at because of that move of Lukaku to Chelsea, so they could be looking for him there. So that kind of kicks off or kind of completes our world soccer kind of news there. Why don't we talk about youth soccer, which is brought to you by the Michigan Jaguars. Fun, family-friendly environment with the Michigan Jaguars. Nate, I know you do a little coaching with the Jags. My daughter, as you heard earlier,
just kicked off, man.
Yeah, just kicked off. My daughter plays for the Jags, the junior Jags. She loves it. If you guys are looking for a program in the Metro Detroit area to get your kid into, the Michigan Jaguars are one of the best. Absolutely love the Michigan Jags. The coaches are phenomenal. I know a lot of the directors as well. Just super good people. They're all about the kids and teaching the kids soccer and just enjoyment.
My daughter plays there as well, and I wouldn't have it any other way.
Yeah. Sawyer, could you do us a huge favor and could you play us the little clip we've found of one of my favorite new players on Twitter? Her name is Sloane Phillips. Could you play us that, please? Look at this footwork. I absolutely love this.
Reminds me of young Craig.
She's got quicker feet than me, I can tell you that. But so this is a young lady who's out in California. Oh, we weren't actually. This is a young lady who is out in California, and she puts up videos like this of herself doing these little techniques, these little drills. Absolutely phenomenal. She does this type of stuff every day. She's out in the backyard or on a field with her dad, kicking a ball, left foot, right foot. Kids, that's what you're going to need to do. You don't need to make videos of them like Sloane does, but get out on a field. Get out and play soccer. Get out and do these little drills. You do something like that for 5 minutes a day, whew, you're going to improve your footwork, your presence on the ball, your confidence on the ball. That's what kids need to be doing, right? You can't just go to practice twice a week and expect to be Christian Pulisic. You got to do things like that.
I've told my parents and players, day one, you want some homework, I'll give you some homework if you're going to do it. And if you want to get better, that's the way to do it. It's like studying for an exam. Mm-hmm. You know, you want to make that jump, you want to make that next team. It's not good enough just to go to practice. Everyone's going to practice. Every player should be going to practice. So what are you going to do to get better than the guy who's already ahead of you? You got to work harder. You got to do the extra stuff. That's how it is. It's just life.
Absolutely.
It's life in any way you put it.
Absolutely. So, kids, good luck as the youth season has started up here. Lots of tournaments going on this weekend. I know my son is out at a tournament, so good luck to all those youth teams that are starting up. So, if you want to get better at soccer, you go to practice twice a week. That's great. That's an hour and a half per practice. There's a lot of other time you could be playing soccer. Someone I recommend, if you want to do some extra training, is our good friend Aaron Bird at Next Level Training. So Aaron does individual training and group training. They do West Side, East Side, you name it. They're in Metro Detroit area. One of the best trainers around. Aaron was a hell of a player in his day. I played against him a bunch. I've played with him a bunch. Absolute stud of a player. I tell you, he was a great player. He's an even better trainer and coach. All right, Kellen Acosta trains with him. Kellen Acosta, U.S. men's national team starting midfielder, right? Center midfielder. He comes back and trains with Aaron Bird. Sawyer, if you could you play us the Next Level training clip so folks can see exactly what Aaron and his group do? So kids, if you're looking to get better, get out and play in a soccer field with friends. Get out in your backyard, do some little drills, do what you got to do, and then talk to Aaron Bird at Next Level Training. Get out with a group of your friends and go see Aaron. He will make you better. As you saw at the end there, we also had the Soccer Rebellion, kind of a takeover tour that's happening. The Soccer Rebellion is a league that happens. It's street soccer, like almost on a concrete basketball court that happens in Grand Rapids, Michigan. And now they've taken a tour to 4 cities starting here in August. Grand Rapids, Chicago, Detroit, and Milwaukee. They're coming to Detroit. I believe it is the Sunday, the 22nd of August. So we may have to sign a team up, my friend.
The We Are Soccer All-Stars.
Yeah, we won't win.
You and Callan Acosta. Live. Callan Acosta.
Yeah, he's coming. He already committed, I think. We'll see. We'll see.
Can we bring in Aaron Bird so me and you can go get sodas and and popcorn and just let him
Aaron
win?
Bird do everything? Yeah, that's a good idea.
If he wins, we win, right?
Exactly.
If we're on the team.
Yeah. On the team.
We'll get him a water.
Team sport, man.
Yeah.
All right, Aaron, you're signed up.
You're in,
you're going to
baby.
score all the goals and defend while the rest of us just sit around and watch.
Well, not sit around. We're going to go get treats from the
for
concession stands.
They do have beer out there.
We'll get you a beer.
Food trucks.
Ooh.
So down at the old Tiger Stadium, sign up. They've also got Grand Rapids, Chicago, and Milwaukee. Sign up if you're out in those areas. All right, you guys know that I love to do what I call costume changes, right?
Yep.
Something. I've changed shirts. You saw us at the beginning of the show. We had Christmas stuff on because it's like Christmas. The beginning of the soccer season kicks off today, this weekend. You saw my Villa shirt because I'm a huge Villa fan, and we kick off the soccer season and we play Watford today. And then I've got this jersey. I found this one online. This is from a team just unbelievable. Ballybrack FC. They are located in Dublin, Ireland. I want to make sure I get all their info here. They sent me this shirt.
Did they send
me this shirt. It's a phenomenal shirt. I want to make sure I read the story, though.
Now, are they in Dublin proper?
Yes, I believe so.
Wow.
I want to make sure I read the story here. So, as you can see, I don't know if you want to do just a single cam there so I can show the shirt there.
Close up. Zoom in there.
Let me see if I can raise it up.
Yeah, there you go.
Right, so more blacks, more dogs, more Irish. It's the Seagulls, the Ballybrack Seagulls. Let me read you the story about this shirt. It's a phenomenal story. So in the 1970s and 1980s, around Britain, particularly London, signs appeared in shops and pubs and restaurants stating, "No blacks, no dogs, no Irish." The front of our shirt for the Seagulls here says, "More blacks, more dogs, more Irish," is simply just a quirky spin to say, listen, that was then. Now we are confident enough in our makeup, ability, and pride to say we're leaving that derogatory quote in the past and starting a new chapter in the world for all. The image of Phil Lynott, the frontman of Thin Lizzy, is used on the back of the shirt. So I don't know if you can see the back of the shirt. All right, then it's got the saying and the number back there.
Be not afraid is the saying.
Be not afraid. He was the front man of Thin Lizzy, is used on the back of the shirt. Phil is the king of Dublin, a black man and the proudest of Irishmen. We look up to and admire him for the amazing class he carried himself with in primitive times, racially, not only in Ireland, but the world. The faint shamrocks, which are at the bottom here, really nice, rise from the bottom of the shirt to symbolize a new Ireland, an Ireland where all are welcome. We as a nation have made an amazing progression in a short period of time, and yes, we should be proud, but there's still more to do. All of the Seagulls, the Ballybrack Seagulls shirts, you will find include both the number 32 and the phrase, "Be not afraid." On the island of Ireland, there's 32 counties that make up the country. 26 are the governments of Ireland and the Northern Ireland. The remaining 6 counties are still under British rule. 32 on our shirt is to promote our hope and dreams that one day in our lifetime we all witness our island of Ireland competing one day in football as one. An island team for all the people, no matter your gender or creed. We believe that dream is not far from reality, as the hymn so brainwashed and battered into us as kids by the Catholic Church in Ireland would be, "Sing not afraid, be not afraid." So I love the Ballybrack Seagulls are promoting equality more, right? They took an old slogan from the 70s that was promoted in Britain, and they've turned it around. Be not afraid. I absolutely love this jersey, so thank you so much. We'll put up in our social channels where you guys can purchase this. The gentleman over there at Ballybrack, his name is Wayne O'Sullivan. You couldn't find a more Irish name, right?
I don't think you could.
Such a lovely guy to talk to. Sent me this shirt, sent me another shirt. Absolutely love it. We'll put the clip up. And they're actually coming to Detroit in March.
Oh, yeah?
They're coming to Detroit, and they're playing Detroit City. They got a special shirt just for that game. They're coming over.
Can we contact Wayne to see if we get a men's large instead of a men's small like you got there?
What do you mean? This is what? I'm not a men's. Okay, yes. We'll see if we can do that. But I want to try to get as many people out to that game as possible. It's in March of 2022. We will be there. Hopefully Wayne will be there as well. I'd love to meet up and have a beer with Wayne. The jerseys that he sent me, like this one. He sent me another one, which we'll feature in another show coming up. Absolutely lovely shirts. He did a really nice job. I've been to Dublin. Have you ever been to Dublin?
I've been to Dublin. Yes, I've lived in Europe. I've been to Dublin.
Love Dublin.
I've been to
brilliant
city. The cliffs of Muir across the side. Stopped over at the Tullymore Dew. My favorite whiskey. Not a sponsor yet. Come on, guys.
Should
be. And toured their distillery, which was fantastic. I will say this too, running back to the friendly. I mean, DCFC, anytime they do these international friendlies, they really are an awesome experience. I remember going to the St. Pauli one, and that was a blast. Yeah. And I went there with a couple German colleagues, German friends, and we had a very fun time. And they were like, this is a great time. These are people coming from who have experienced European soccer, who've seen St. Pauli live, and they thought it was great atmosphere in that Keyworth Stadium.
Yep. Yeah, it's absolutely phenomenal. So if you guys get a chance, put it on your calendar now. March 2022, Ballybrack Seagulls FC will be coming to Keyworth to play against Detroit City FC.
4 days after my birthday.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, we'll go and we'll continue the celebration.
Maybe.
If you want to follow them on Twitter, it's FC_Seagulls. Really awesome group there, supporters group. So thank you, Wayne. Thank you, Ballybrack Seagulls. Really love that group. If anybody else has a jersey, if you belong to a club and you have an awesome looking jersey you'd like us to feature on our show, please feel free to send it in. We'd love to feature it and talk about it. We love soccer jerseys. We love soccer gear because we are 100% a soccer show and we are all for equality and everything like that. All right, onwards. Last segment of the day, Nate. Last segment of the day, my friend. We have our local pro soccer segment brought to you by Detroit City FC. All right, Detroit City FC. They played last week against a new team in the division, Chicago House AC. The AC stands for Athletic Club.
I thought it was air conditioning.
No, it's Athletic Club.
It was hot.
It was, is it hot out there? I was kind of a little bit of a special guest. I went up and talked to Neil Rule in the press box, had some fun up there, and watched how he did his thing. Thank you, Neil, and the Detroit City FC guys for letting me up into the press box and watching how they do that. The game was a really good game. Chicago House went up 1-0, and then Detroit City decided to put their foot down and start scoring some goals. Final was 3-2. You could tell Detroit City had a little bit of time off. They were still getting back into the swing of things. First game of their fall season here. As I said, they won 3-2. That game, if that game had gone on another 10 minutes, I'm sure it would have been 5-2. Detroit City started to come to grips with everything in the last couple of minutes of that game. Their next game is tonight versus California United Strikers FC. California United Strikers FC. Man, California United Strikers. Get a shorter name.
Can we abbreviate that?
Yeah, seriously. Why don't you just go with California Strikers FC or something, man? Or California
California
United
FC or California United or California Strikers.
Such a long name. So Detroit City away game there versus California United Strikers FC tonight. Game will be streamed. You can find that on the Detroit City socials, and you can find it on the We Are Soccer socials, the links to watch that game. The next home game for Detroit City is Saturday, the 21st of August, against San Diego 1904 FC. Should be a great game. Get your tickets for that one at debtcityfc.com. Debtcityfc.com. Again, August 21st, which is next weekend, a week from today, against San Diego 1904 FC. So Detroit City FC, just so everybody's aware, won the spring NISA season. They are now starting up. They just started last week against Chicago. The fall season, I fully expect them to win that as well. Detroit City FC steamrolling along. Such a good team this year. So fun to watch. Man, Maxi Rodriguez just running the middle. Steve Carroll running the back. And your favorite player,
The best Nate on the planet.
Nate Steinwasser,
You know it.
in goal. He is a wall back there. So
It's all about the name.
yeah, man.
If it was Bob Steinwasser, it just wouldn't
just
be the
wouldn't do
same.
anything. You're right. Just
Unless
wouldn't.
that's his dad.
Yeah, sorry
Sorry.
to Nate's
Sorry
dad.
about that.
Maybe we'll have to make a special appearance out there next week. We'll see what we can do. All right. You want to add anything else, or are we going to wrap it up, Nate?
Stuttgart. Outside of that,
Hopefully they win this week. I will
Hopefully.
say we do have a standing bet.
we do.
You believe Stuttgart will finish higher in the Bundesliga
They will.
than Aston Villa will
They did
finish
it last
in the
year.
Premier League.
They did it last year.
And I'll be honest, Stuttgart have a really good team this year. Villa have a good team. Stuttgart have a really good team. I did a little investigating.
We'll see you in the Europa, buddy.
Yeah, yeah.
We'll see you in the Europa.
We'll see if I win that bet, but at this point, we'll see. So have fun watching the games this weekend, guys. Be sure to join us on the We Are Soccer social channels: Facebook, Twitter,
Group chat.
Instagram, TikTok. You name it, we're there.
MySpace.
No, we haven't signed that. You go ahead and you run that account.
I'm on that
You
one.
run that. Yeah, write that down as a note for you. Also, give some love to Woodward Sports socials. They're on all the social networks. Give them some love, guys.
Great shows.
Great shows. They've reformatted some of the shows, and our friend Neil rules on one of the midday shows. So give some love to them. Thank you again to our sponsors: Detroit City FC, Michigan Jaguars FC, Aaron Bird, Next Level Training, and Tim Merritt with Ross Mortgage. Very much appreciate the love from our friends there. Again, I think that wraps us up. Enjoy the soccer this weekend. Jump onto the social channels. We'll be there chatting with you. And yeah, hopefully you guys have a great weekend. Enjoy the soccer. Cheers.
Prost.